So Unit 4, Lesson Learning the Distributive Property. We just have the definition of distributive property. So on the left-hand side, I put the term distributive property. And what do we do when we're applying distributive property? We multiply the number on the outside of the parentheses to each number inside the parentheses. So we have to multiply what's on the outside by everything on the inside. That's all the notes we need to know. Let's do some examples.
Very easy.
Yes.
So example 1, guys. 3 times a plus b. Now this is exactly what I mean. We have a number on the outside of the parentheses and some numbers on the inside of the parentheses. So we need to do what is called distributing the 3. Okay, who can tell me what they think distribute means? Brittany? No, not quite. Just the word distribute. What does it mean? What? Not to separate. Let's say I have a bunch of candy and I distribute it to the class. What does that mean? Rolene, what does it mean? I give it to you, right? If I say I distribute it to the whole class, does that mean only some people get candy and some people do not?
No.
No. What does it mean, Marissa? It means every single person gets a piece of candy, correct?
Yes.
So that is this exact same idea with distributive property. We distribute that 3 and I draw arrows. So I want you to draw arrows so that you remember to give it to everybody. And that 3 is given to every single thing inside the parentheses. Okay, and we are doing what operation here? Multiplication, right? That 3, the parentheses means it's being multiplied. So what is 3 times a? 3a. 3 times positive b, what does that give me? Positive 3b. Are these guys like terms? No, so this is my answer.
What?
Seriously. This time we have negative 2 times f minus g. So I distribute that negative 2 into the parentheses. And I get negative 2 times f. That's negative 2f. Times negative 2 times g. Now, is this g a negative or a positive?
A negative.
It's a negative. So I have negative 2 times negative g. What's a negative times a negative?
Positive.
A positive. So it's going to be positive 2g. Can I combine these guys?
No.
Nope. So I am done.
They're going to be math buddies today.
Okay, example 3. Negative times f plus g. Now, if I have just a negative here, what's there that I can't see? An invisible 1. So I'm going to draw in that invisible 1. And then I'm going to distribute that invisible 1 into the parentheses. Okay? What's negative 1 times positive f? Negative 1f. Negative 1 times positive g. Negative 1g. Okay, so I have negative 1f minus 1g. Do I have to write the 1s though?
No.
No, I don't, because we can make them invisible, right?
Yes.
So we would just have negative f minus g. It's okay if you put the 1s, but I want you to start getting used to that they're the same. So if you can remember, don't put them. Okay? Okay. So example 4. Yes. Example 4. 8 times m minus 3. So this time there's numbers involved. So, but I'm still going to distribute. So we distribute that 8 into the parentheses. 8 times m, what does that give me?
8.
Good, 8m. Minus, now this is what? 3 times 8, right? So I'm actually going to show that step that we're multiplying them together. So we would get 8m, and negative 3 times 8 gives me?
24.
Negative 24. So we do that multiplication out. I just wrote the step to show that that's what we were doing. Okay? Now I have 8m minus 24. Can I combine those?
No.
No, they are not like terms. So that's our answer. Okay?
How did you get that?
Good. Example 5. This time we're multiplying by 3 things. So example 5, 7 times a plus b minus 6. Do you think because we're multiplying by 3 things it makes a difference? No, we're still distributing the 7 to everything on the inside. So we have 7 times a, which gives me 7a. 7 times positive b is plus 7b. And then we have negative 6 times 7, so I'm going to actually write that first. And then I'm going to do it. Negative 6 times 7 gives me what?
Positive 42.
Negative 6 times positive 7? Negative 42.
What's the 7 greater than 6?
That's only for addition or subtraction. Okay? Can I combine any terms here? Nope, so this is my answer. Alright, example 6. Three times 2a plus 4b plus 6c. What's the property I'm going to use? Distributive property. Okay, every time I see a number and then parentheses, I automatically think distributive property first. Okay, so I'm going to distribute that 3 into the parentheses to everything. And I have 3 times 2a. What do I get? Good, 6a. 3 times positive 4b. Positive 12b. And 3 times positive 6c. Plus 18c. I can't combine any of those terms. None of them are like terms. So that's my answer. 6a plus 12b plus 18c. Alright, example 7. Now we can actually solve this one in 2 different ways. Looking at this problem, what's the first thing you think of? Add the 3 and the 5. What's that called? Order of operations. So let's do order of operations first. In order of operations, what would you do first? The parentheses, which means we add 3 plus 5, right? So we would have 7 times 8. And what's 7 times 8? 56. So that one is order of operations. I'm just going to put ops.
Order of black ops.
Okay? Alright? Everybody cool with that? This is review from like first week of school? Okay? Alright, what else could we do here? Could we use distributive property? Let's try it. If I have, let me write it, I'm going to write distributive prop. Okay. If I was to use distributive property, I would have 7 times 3 plus 5, and I would multiply 7 into the parentheses, right? So what would I get? I would get 3 times 7 plus 5 times 7. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me make this a little longer.
Wait, do you want to swap both ways?
Hold on. What's 3 times 7? 21. Plus 5 times 7? 35. And what's 21 plus 35? 56. Oh my gosh, we got the same answer. So does it matter which method we use?
Yeah.
No. You will get the same answer either way. Okay? So example 8. 5 times 6 plus 3 plus 1. Since I showed you that order of operations and distributive property gives you the same answer, I want you to use distributive because that's what we're learning right now. So we're going to practice, so I want you to do it on your own. Okay, so I'll give you a couple seconds to try it on your own. All right, let's see. Caleb, what did you do first? Well, what did you do? You drew the...
Yeah, I did the line.
You did the arrows, good. So you distribute 5 into the parentheses. Okay, and so what am I going to be doing first? Which one of these, Sabrina? So 5 times 6 plus, what's the next one, Cameron? 5 times 3 plus, what's the next one? Rolene. 5 times 1. Okay, class, everybody, what is 5 times 6? 30. 30 plus 5 times 3? 15. Plus 5 times 1? 5. You guys are all so smart. Okay, now I add from which direction? Very good. 30 plus 15. And 45 plus 5? 50. Did anybody do order of operations on this one?
No.
Did you get the same? Did you got the same? Okay. So, distributive property, make sure that you multiply the term on the outside by everything on the inside. Okay?